Good evening, everybody. I'm gonna be right back. My cats are spicing up. I gotta make sure I separate them. We're gonna do some CVC tonight, and oh, what a day! What a day! It's been a crazy couple days. Next few days, I'm gonna have a hard time streaming because I work. What time do I start? I work 9 to 11 tomorrow. That's 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. And I do that for the next 4 days straight, or 5 days straight, right to Sunday. So I'll try maybe to even do 20 minutes or half an hour before I leave in the morning. I'll work something out. But yeah, that's hands are tied. The only other thing I could do is when I get home at 9 to do a like a 1 hour stream late at night at 10, 11, 12, whatever time I get home. I likely won't be home till 11 o'clock every night. And right now you might be hearing fans in the background. I'll throw some music on in the meantime to... Where is the music? Sorry, my Firefox crashed and now it's... Did I even leave the music tab open? No, I gotta open another one, okay. Yeah, I can't show that. Whew. Can't play that one. You know, let's get ready for Halloween, you know? And I'm just gonna turn down music on my end. Alrighty. That should be okay for volume, and like I said, I'll be right back. We're just getting the Chimera keys out of the way for... This is Grimmzilla main with Cheshire Cat account with Fabian. And then we're gonna go over to... Actually, no, this is... Yeah, Stick Track, and yeah, it should be... This is Supreme GALEK. This was the one we started with Hell Hades free to play. And then we'll go over to our Tholin account. Sorry for the yawn, guys. I'm gonna grab a coffee. I'll be right back. Alright, how far along are we? Alright, so I'm just trying to push all areas with these accounts. Now for Tholin in this one, we're just going to keep pushing them day to day. My main account I do on my phone, so that's not a problem. Okay, they're just getting their damage in, and then we'll, like I said, we'll be going to our Tholin account. I turned the music down a bit. We're on track to get the 5-star soul for Lemonisto on our main account, or on, sorry, on the Tholin account. But it's just a matter of, how to say it, it's a matter of time. It's just how quickly they end the chase, because they gave you just enough time plus like 4 or 5 days to get. And I think because I missed 1 or 2 days of logging in on Tholin, that it's to the wire. I have to earn this out. I can't miss any days for the 75 points. I'm still so surprised they did nothing for the second week of the, like, second tier of the Coalition event. They just did one big one and then nothing after. They should have done 2. I just can't comprehend or understand why they just did 1. And now that we're curving into August, I mean, yeah, like we're curving into August and we're gonna have like nothing going on for the last like almost 3 weeks of the month. I'm surprised this is doing so well. And we hit 4 of the challenges too. I mean, it is easy Chimera, but it's still surprising that I'm getting so much damage in. We will be doing Godforge down the road. I gotta get in touch with Warrior and the community person for the game. They were saying they could give me a key, but thank you. Just for how long it takes, I'll do this other key later, and we're gonna jump into. So on this one, we're at just 1 day. This is where we're at for CVC right now. We're kind of going back and forth. So as you can see, we're in the last stretch, and we just have enough to, I think with the 6 days, we just have enough to get here. Book to use. Yarpy, you're fine. Cat Spatio, you're fine. You're fine. What did I make the minimum? Oh, it's only 1,000. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't make it high. Well, I got a Slayer piece, but still no amulet. Getting a Slayer ring is actually pretty big. Can I re-roll it? Yeah. I'd prefer this to be attack. Nope. Ah, it's the better percentages at least. I lose speed for the ring? Oh, because of the stat bonus. I really gotta get better gloves. Yarpy, what are you doing? I gotta sell most of this. Maybe rotate in some of this. Like this would help a lot. I just gotta find the crit rate somewhere else. What is the daily for Lemonishi? It's energy and arena. Is it the same 4 every day? Probably, because it's login, energy, arena. The other one kind of rotates, but... See, I got a lucky page there, a lot of one-man defenses. Yeah, that was a rough go. Do one refresh. See if, yeah, there we go. Get some arena battles in. Can't have him bringing them all back again. Hopefully Tholin gets the... Yeah, he got lucky there with a couple of passive procs. He might kill us, actually. ERP, what are you doing? You being a banana. You being a cucaracha? Wait for Tholin. So we got 2 hours for the full. Okay. Now, sadly, I've forgotten this was like CVC was coming, so I used a whole bunch of books on Sunday. It was like Saturday or Sunday. So, it is what it is. We need fully book him. That's really going to help his performance. I was gonna say, I definitely have 5 stars ready. Narog's probably who we're gonna push just for the second support and the ally protect. That's kinda... Do I really? I was gonna say I should definitely have 2 stars ready to go. I'm on the fence to complete this fusion because there's some shady parts of the fusion tree that Nubs pointed out, but I also don't like them. Like there's just, and he's only really worth going for if we had the other guy. We're gonna do the events as much as we can, and if we end up getting them, we do. Otherwise, we're not like hard committing or anything. We can pull out after getting like 40 or 50 shards and just use them for the other Lego later. Really? Sorry, she just knocked some stuff over. Should probably do 3 stars first. Let's get more points. I'm just triple dipping with the training, so I'm getting CVC points as well as the event points. And I'll also be getting dungeon divers out of it too once we go there. Good, I do have one. I do plan to use her more down the road, so just Hell Freak, you don't have any extras. What do you do again? Stealing buffs, swatches. I swear he did more. Okay, GALEK, you don't have any. He doesn't have any. He's got some sacrificial lambs, okay. So Born, War Maiden. Trying to see what dupes are in here too. It's okay. I can start. Once I get these guys level, like getting them some levels, like in for the tramp training, I can start. Oh, we got some stuff here. The potions are part of the best part that we're getting out of there. We did end up grabbing the gem pack. But that was before we got ripped off. I do got to do this keep today, I believe. I got to do this and then force keep. There's just no train. There's no gear enhance event till tomorrow, later tomorrow. So that'll be in the morning. So that's when we'll do the level 16 upgrade. trying to remember if you sort by how to get them in the right order. Like, do you sort them by faction or do you sort them by? Because I just want to get some levels into the ones I'm going to use for books. Just due to the training going on, I've opted for getting more XP. In saying that, we do have the gear enhance coming that we're going to need about another like 20 million silver. This guy's in there. By the end of this, we should be able to make 2 more 6 stars. This first run, I'm going to get these guys all to 30. Sorry about the pause there. I was just answering some stuff in Discord. Hello, hello, hello. Go, go, go. Okay, they're done. Daily's done. Need one more day there. Halfway on the month. So we only got 4 each here. We're gonna wait till we have everything until we make any of this. While energy's refilling, gotta go into arena, get some of that done again. Yeah, then go away. That was an example there too. You want to go when you have a full 10 reset. You do want to, and it's going to expire before the 5 one. You want to go do it manually because it always chooses the 5 first. Yeah, Brago might be too strong here. Because now I'm just stunned, so I don't know if I'll get my. I don't think I'll get my revive off again yet. We tried. That's fair too. +4/+2. We got 2 left to do. I just don't think this is going to happen, so I'm going to skip that one. We're not going to go near that Armand's team. He'll lock us out. Gonna take this out of here, throw in one of our 2-stars. So we have souls for these 2. Just 1-stars though. This is a nice one versus the rest. That's a great one. I don't have Plundar. He's not bad to have, but. Hi Julius, how are you? I'm not gonna open these ones until later. We'll give Geo his soul. Guess I have to keep a Bogwalker now. Not too bad at all. We left messages. We're gonna like later tonight. I'm gonna leave messages to one of the admins for Godforge via Warrior, and I'm gonna apply to like do the Godforge Alpha, and then if I get in, I'll do that next couple nights. Just working a lot, so gotta find time to stream. Okay. All these teams will beat us. I'm starting to get to the point I just lose the defenses too. No, thank you, Julius, but I'm in the same boat. I've got too much going on. I started today's stream on my the one I started earlier this year for with Supreme GALEK that I did for the Hell Hades free tournament. That is still going. I did the account. I'm still going with it because I got some good champions on it. I'm doing this one. I'm doing my main account on my phone, and then I have I have 2 others I could be playing on too, so it's just too much. She should die from the bombs, yeah. And I want to focus on this one because this is like the main one for the channel, so I'm just focusing on this, progressing this account. I've got to get 2 more, within the next 3 days I've got to get 2 more 6 stars, and then focus getting them their masteries. It was a hard one for Tholin to win because once he gets his reflect back up, he'll probably kill me. And he's negative affinity. My favorite champion in the game is probably... Just trying to... Like, I'd have to go with, out of the newer ones, Cheshire Cat. Like, I have Cheshire Cat on my main account and the free-to-play one. So, like, I use him all the time, and he's just very solid. I like his kit and everything. I would say next would probably be... I'm trying to think of, like, even back when I first started playing, like, who did I use everywhere? Who was, like, my number one kind of thing? Because I think it would have to be Valkyrie. Like, I used her everywhere, and I used her for years. Like, she was my clan boss team, and our, like, whole clan boss team was built around her. All my dungeon teams were built around Retaliate. And I just like the idea of her kit of just, like, slamming a big shield down. Freya's, like, a upgraded version of Valkyrie in a way, minus the counterattack. So yeah, and Valkyrie was a bad affinity, but just like because of her kit, she would kind of override that. So it was my main Valkyrie. I think is around 8,500 to 8,900 defense. Like the shield she puts on is the whole health bar for most champions. I do like, if we're just going by, like, how they shook the game up, like, I do like the new combo of Titus and Wixwell. And Titus Brogni. Brogni's definitely... You know what? Brogni, I would say, is probably my number 3. Like, I've used him since I fused them, and I have 2 of them now. But, yeah, Brogni definitely would be up there as my number 3. He's just solid. He was good everywhere. He was good at what he did. He has a unique kit that only he has, where he's putting burns out, he's purging, he's stealing buffs, he's increasing shield debuffs, putting shields on. Like, he just does... He's got, like, such a unique overall kit. I do think the game is in a state, though, that they have to keep like their only option really is to keep one-upping the champions they've previously made. Like, you know, Nishak and what's his name are the two best bombers, right? So if they make another bomber, they have to make them better than those two. And same thing goes for like Ally Protect. Same thing goes for like any of the main skill groups. So like this new dog fusion, for instance, hits like a truck on an A1, like all enemies but individually. So that's like just unique to this fusion. Like he's the only champion that works that way. So, you know, if you go for him, he functions a certain way, and then functions an entirely different way if you do have the Packmaster, and then works an even more different way if he's ascended or not. So, and you have certain relics to put on him. So it's just, those are what open up the game. I do think at the epic level, like they did with Geomancer, they need to start making epics of that power level too. Like probably once every 3 months, they need to be putting an epic out that's as good as Geomancer. Just for that tier to be accessible to casual, like, you know, the normal player community. Yeah, didn't beat that one. Trunda took us down. I'll wait for the refresh there. Can't get the... Okay. I don't think I can kill another spider, but we'll give it a shot. Yeah, just him hitting all of them is going to kill us. So Cursed City, unfortunately, is just bricked. Like, I can't get past these. And this... I have to build a very... I gotta re-gear some champions to get through here. So in 7 hours when the gear enhance is going, I'll probably do that. Because I think this is the only way I can go, is through the middle. And I'd have to I can't circle back through here, so my only option is to go north. And then I hit the scarab here. And I don't know if I can get past this scarab, so... They've kind of limited me to how far I can get. So many packs. Okay, we got the amulet for her. I just want to see what they gave us. It's a crit damage amulet, like it's almost all max rolls, it's pretty good. This opens Friday, so it's 2 days away. I know I eventually want one of these, don't I? Do cruelty for now. Yeah, Cursed Cities. I just think early on it's too, like, you need a mid-game roster to kind of do it. Like, even with everything I have, so much of this isn't built yet that I can't even approach it. We don't have True Fear on him. This really is the only thing I put on him. The only thing I don't like about Curse City is that I think the first island they need to make more accessible on the normal mode. They can make the other islands hard, like leave them where they are, but the first island you should be able to do it early game. If they're going to open it up to you this early, they should make it so you can actually do it. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm going to put up some video edits down the road. I'm still trying to put work in on the editing, so it's probably 2 weeks away. I was hoping to get them up this week, but I want quality over quantity kind of thing, so I'm hoping those videos will be able to pull in some subs. So they're about the film industry and game industry and just like media overall right now. Hey Warrior, how you doing? Yeah, no, thanks Logie. Yeah, I'm having a good night, and it's good stuff, Warrior. That's good. I'm gonna message her tonight, by the way, just so you know. And thanks for getting me the connection there. And Logie, yeah, Curse City, if they're going to open it up to you, you should be able to do it. Like, I only was able to do, I think, 8, and that's with the champions I have. So, I think overall, they should, if they're going to open up on day 30 to 45 area like they did, they need to make that first island doable, on normal mode at least, or they have to bite the bullet and they have to make an easy mode, if they're going to open it up to players. In the easy mode, you know, half the rewards. Like, you can keep rewards in it, but I'm just saying you like, you know, do 75 energy refills instead of 100 or full bottles. You do, they make them like they do the event rewards, where like the earlier ones are weaker than the bottom row kind of thing. Like, they need to do that and put in an easier mode. That way it's more accessible, and it gives, because like it's going to make early players not want to do it at all. And the thing is too, like, they're going to be in some regards early game players, since they're going to get access to Curse City. They're going to get access to bosses they've never seen. Like, some of those bosses are out of Doom Tower, some of them are out of, like, you know, Iron Twins or Sand Devil, and they've never seen them before because they might not have even engaged with that content yet. So it's just like, this is gear based. Like, this I can get through, and I could push through here if I just put better gear on them and farm better gear myself. Like, I can eventually just, you know, strength-wise push this, but, you know, this is chance-based. Like, I can't really get past here. I'm gonna do that. Even if I do this on manual, like, my best bet is either to 6-star one of these two, get him geared up, or get ally protect in here, or get the ally attack in here. For that last week, if I want to push it. Yeah, like I think that's, since they have new owners now, I think that's the biggest thing they should. That's what they should focus on, is making these late game areas have more of an open door. Like I think for Doom Tower they need to add a nightmare mode, but they also should I would actually, you know what, normal mode is it's accessible. Like I'm already halfway up the Doom Tower where I'm on day 47, so it's doable. Amius is a ridiculous fight. Amius is more understanding the mechanics of the fight, so it's knowing that his A2 and 3 steal buffs, purge debuffs, manipulate turn meter, and then put him on a countdown for the lunar cycle. Understanding the lunar cycle, after 3 turns he transforms. Understanding when he transforms he casts a big hit, and it's based on how many buffs and debuffs he's removed, how many buffs he's removed, and how many debuffs are on you. He does more damage and ignores defense. It's understanding you need, like, there's no things there showing you that you essentially need ally protect, you need strengthen, you need a debuff purger, you need a buffer that can buff after the second turn of him taking buffs off. You need 2-turn debuffs, not 3-turn or 2-turn buffs, not 3-turn buffs. You need a heal reduction. Like, it's understanding all those mechanics, and you can't just brute force learn that. People can explain it to you in video, but like going through it, it's a trick to like get through them. Yeah. Oh, nice. That's great news, Julius. Thank you. That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. What I'm noticing is about 1% of people who watch end up subbing, and of that 1%, 50% are returning viewers. So that's statistics side. What it's showing me is that it's between 1 and 3%. My watch hours are good because I do live streams, and even with like, you know, 5 to 15 people watching, I'm getting a lot of them are staying to watch, so that's helpful. You know, I'm on, I think on YouTube right now I'm close to day like 50-ish, and I'm almost at the 3,000 hours watched, so I still need to hit the sub count though. Energy. Closer right here. Do those. I won't put this on auto. Yeah, so Logi, the fight, what he does right at the start, right, he'll use his A3 or A2. So his A3 is a nuke. If I remember right, it's a nuke into a heal. And his A2 is what steals your buffs. It has to do with duration. After he does his A2, you can buff your champions. You gotta watch the cooldown on his A3 and his lunar cycle once it's on, because in 3 turns he will transform. And when he transforms, if you have no ally protect and no strengthen on, or increased defense, either or, but both are great if you have both, he will nuke your team down for all the buffs he removed with his A2 previously. And then he ignores defense. So that's why he strengthen ally protect and an increased defense. They helps the champion that's going to absorb the damage. You need a champion with very high HP that's going to be your ally protector, like Miscreated Monster or Narog, like anyone like that can like absorb. They're sponging it up. Well, let me even look at him without. So see here, these abilities. This removes, if you try to put debuffs on him early, this is the one that purges all the debuffs on him. You don't understand people. Oh, you mean for the, okay, channel, yeah. You'll find your audience, man. Like, you've already found a couple people, right? You've kept 100, like, think of it this way. Think of putting 300 people in a room. 337 people in a room. That's a packed room, right? So, you gotta think of it that way. Like, you've reached that, and then if you reach 1,000 people, that 1,000 people, that'll fill like a courtyard. That'll fill like a park. Like that's how many people that is. So I know bigger numbers are better and everything, but you got to think of like the number of people you're reaching and think of it in progression that way. It might help you, like, you know, understand what they're seeing in the videos now and then seeing where they go. I can tell you that, like, I work in movies and TV and like entertainment and all that kind of stuff. I've worked on music videos. I've worked on every form of entertainment, commercials. I can tell you that the people making it, every time they think they understand audiences, they don't. They like, you know, it's a table flip in a off ramp in a totally different direction. Like when the Minecraft movie came out, they really, the majority of Hollywood didn't understand why it was successful. Like the producers that made it and stuff and had faith in it, they did, but the ones that are in the other studios, they're like, why do people like this movie? It was so silly. But that's why people enjoyed it. Oh, you mean nukers? You don't have the ally protectors? Yeah, that's a like eventual thing. So you can farm some good supports at a campaign. And if you're really hurting, I mean, you could just, starting off, you could get, hang on a sec. Let me sell these. Where is he? So, Valerie, shield buff, heals allies as well. Duration of all buffs, decreased duration of debuffs on allies, and an increased attack. So as a starter support champion, she's good. Again, like Amius, she would die to him because he's gonna she's extending buff durations, which means that he can steal them because they can't be longer than 2 turns. She throws a big decreased defense out. She hits 3 times. Has an extra hit there. She's good for Fire Knight. But I was going to say, where's our priest friend? So if you really are hurting for an HP reduction champion, he's got 100% HP reduction for 2 turns on a single target, and Amius doesn't have any minions. So he can put that on for the turn you need it. You just really he needs like, to make sure he hits on normal, he has to have about 350 accuracy. And Nightmare, I think, or on hard mode, he needs to have about 600. I'm pretty sure Amius ignores block damage buffs, but he places a block damage buff on himself. So you can build him into a nuker that protects himself. She puts big decreased defense out and increased attack on your champions for 2 turns, so she's pretty solid. He ignores, but like he's not going to get any damage in. I'm just trying to think of what's accessible for farming. Decreased speed, but he purges that. Turn meter manipulation, like she's good to manipulate for your team, but at the same time, he's going to eventually steal those, and she's not, again, at the rare rarity, they're not going to live too long. He's not great for Amius because he just keeps buffing himself and he'll get them stolen. I just want to see the champion. Okay, it doesn't want to show me. Is he worth it? No. I mean, him putting the damage up is good. He's a reviver too. But I just don't think he'll survive. He has Void Affinity, so that does help. No, so Cold Heart does work for the heal reduction, but her nuke isn't gonna work on Amius because he can only take... So as a boss, he can only take so much... he has... Where is it? He only takes so much damage. This one here, Almighty Strength. Max HP hits can't exceed 5% of his health, so that stops Royal Guard and Cold Heart from nuking him down. It also stops bombs and poisons from just deleting his health bar. This is the biggest thing that you need to understand, is that awakening your champions being awakened matters so much, like them having souls on them. Because if you have 5-6-star soul champions, that fight is going to be entirely different than the fight with if they only had 3 stars or 2 stars each, or 0. Because it increases the damage the boss receives and decreases the damage inflicted. So he's immune to decreased speed, just so you know as well. He's immune to all these debuffs. So his A2, whenever an enemy is healed, he heals himself. So you don't want to burst heal your team until he's in his second form. And his A2 here attacks all enemies, increased duration of all buffs and decreased duration of all debuffs on himself. So that's why you don't want to put a bunch of debuffs on him in the start, is because he will wipe them with this. Heals him. And it's increased per buff that has the duration increased, and debuff that has the duration decreased, and he gets turned. So like, this is why you don't want to just right away stack buffs. You want him to use this before you put buffs on your champions and start stacking debuffs on him. But again, you only have 2 or 3 turns each form to get attacks in, so it's just knowing that, like, first turn's all A1s, then you can do your stuff, then he transforms. Then when he transforms, he has to use, I think he's going to put this ability on himself, which is the Eclipse counter. Where is it? Where's the second stage? Here it is here. So he removes block debuffs, and he's going to swap all the buffs debuffs into buffs. So you, on his second form, again, you wait for him to use this as A3 before you put debuffs on him. And then the Blood Moon Vortex is the one that hits, and then it increases duration of all debuffs on enemies and decreases duration of all buffs. And then the damage increases per buff. So he's got to do A3, A2, and then you can buff. And then his A1 is the one that's going to hit, and then it's going to start killing people because it just ignores defense. And then number of debuffs increase the damage it does. So your goal is basically in the first 6 turns, you're trying to kill him. 6 to 8 turns, you're trying to make sure you've killed him by then. What's a set I need a shield for? I'm gonna have this run a little bit in the background while we're gonna be upgrading champions. Need her. Like, I doubt it's gonna even get through those. That should be good. Okay. Got some gems back. Yeah, like your ascendants matter so much, and them having souls as well matters so much how much damage they're taking. But so does when you're placing buffs and debuffs during the fight. If you don't do it at the right times, will get like a big strength boost, and then he'll just one-shot your team. Because if he hits, if you put your ally protect and strengthen out too early, he'll hit you and he'll decrease the duration all by 1 turn. And then, for say that's on 5 champions, or 4 champions, he's gonna, and then you've got 2 or 3 other buffs like increased attack or something, or crit rate or crit damage. He's gonna then decrease all those, and then there's no cap on the increased damage. It's 5% each one. So it can go up to like 100, 125% extra damage he's going to do on his AoE hit, and it'll kill and wipe your team. Like, my problem with beating him on hard is I just can't kill him fast enough. Like, I'm like 2 turns too slow. But the team does work. Gotta upgrade all their levels. There we go. Okay, take that away. Okay. Just trying to see what. Okay. It's 3 made. I need 2 more 4 stars, make another 5-star. We've almost got our first fragments there. We get a Lego book if we finish this. which we should do. If you're wondering what the summon portal is right now, you can choose one of the speed champions here. Out of the, if you're going to choose out of here, they kind of put them, so this is number 1. He is the best champion available in here right now. Number 2, I would say, is him. Number 3, I would say number 2 is tied between these two. But number 3, I'd put him at, or put him at 2 and put him at 3. But these are the 3 big ones. The number 4 would I say is tied between these two. They're both good for certain reasons, but Gwendolyn, she was one of the first champions they put in that did decrease speed, leech, but she also increases on her A1 here. She increases the duration to extend debuffs on target. So she's crazy for Chimera and Hydra, keeping the debuffs just stacked on them, because this will spread to all enemies. And especially with their passive, like, she's just nutty, but you need to build a whole team around her. He is great for shield, based on you just make him really, really tanky, and he heals. His heal is a huge burst heal. He also has heal reduction, so he's good for Amius as well. He covers all the bases I was talking about. And he removes decreased debuff and weakens from himself at the start of every round, like every turn. So he basically can't have those debuffs left on him. His A1 is honestly the thing you're trying to avoid using during Amius. Only on certain turns you can use his A1, so that's the one that can become a problem. This guy just hits like a truck, and he's good everywhere. He's probably got one of the heaviest damage dealing modifiers in the game. Razovarg is just like, you can build a clan boss team around him. He's just very, very good overall. It's all about turn manipulation, speed, leech, heals. He's got a really crazy kit. I'm not going to be pulling right now though, but and then out of the ones for Void, I would say one would be tied here, and then 2 would be the other one, and then he's 3. Like, his epic version I find better than the legendary one. And then these are both the same too, and it's no increased rates, so it's just not a great time to pull. And there's no 2x or incentive or anything. We still can't convert these. We've got 12 for Hellman so far. So we went through the energy there. We got more Faction Wars keys. Are they still in battles? So it was done. Yeah, it's done. People have been just starting to mess around with her and build her. She actually can hit pretty hard, apparently. So she had bad reviews early on, but Nishak is probably up there for one of the 2 6-stars we're going to make. And then Norog will be the other one. I think after them we'll do Morag, Norax, Mausolea Mage, Geo, not in that order, but just there who are on deck. Trying to see, can I finish this before CVC ends? Because for this I really only have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to do that on Sunday. 5. So I've only got 5 actual things to do. 4 champions, level 16 artifacts. I didn't realize he wasn't 16 on these. That's 3. Well, we'll have to correct that going into tomorrow morning when the artifact upgrade's ready to go. Don't forget to check in here for champions as well as ancient shards. My last stream I kind of talked about that, but I think so. This champion, where is he? It's not a lizard. He's a skinwalker. Where's Mr. Doggo? There he is. Some people have him already, and they've rated him perfect. So I don't buy that. This is his bread and butter, from my understanding, because he's the only champion that does this. He attacks all enemies, but it all counts as single target, and it doesn't proc Reflect, Ally Protect, Pain Link, and his other ability won't trigger Reflect damage. Where is it? Maybe that's only if he's on the team. But this second part, the doubling damage, I mean, if you have Packmaster, he's just gonna nuke. This guy's gonna nuke everything down. There's no wave he won't kill in one shot if he's on the team with Packmaster. From my understanding, he does do very, very good damage, but these two abilities on Chimera can get him killed, and I think it's the same for Hydra. Like, these two, they ignore Life Barrier and Poison Cloud, so it's very, very good for Hydra. Repeats the attack if he's on the team, so I mean, he gets 2 hits on, 2 single target hits on a Hydra head. So if they have his A2, if they have debuffs, he'll hit him twice. This debuff, I don't know if he's doing these. Usually when they put it second, he's putting these on after he does his hits. And I have to see his testing if he's putting these on first or after. Usually it says after attacking, do this, or it'll say before he attacks. In this case, they didn't write either. So overall, he has a good kit. A lot of what makes him like go from, like, let's say A tier to S tier is if the Packmaster's on his team. He is an okay champion overall as a fusion. We've just gotten we've gotten 3 attack champions back to back. So the other thing to consider are the events they have here. Okay, there's a Summon Rush the first week of August, and 15 of his fragments are in there. So usually that means there's a 5 fragment and then a 10 fragment. The 10 fragment's probably going to be 10 to 12 Sacred Shards deep in the summoning event. And it's a rush. It's not a champ chase. So this is all shard based. You like 500 points per Sacred Shard you're pulling. If you don't do this and you only get 5, let's say, 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. There's 3 artifact enhanced, so that's, you know, like, let's say 45 to 65 million silver you need for that. There's 3 divers, which that's pretty heavy. It's diver into diver into diver. Like, that's great for when you're doing the dungeon events and training, but it's also really hard to do 3 of them back to back. The Champ Chase is the second part. It's also 15 fragments plus 10. This is going to be if you win the tournament, and then these 15 will be a 5 and 10 as well. The 10's probably going to be in the 6,000 range ballpark of points. And that means you're pulling like every 1,000 points is 4 epics, normal epics, not void. And then or otherwise you have an extra, you have like 12 or 1,300 points if you did void. If you're doing legendaries, this is, you know, 2 per 1,000. You need to pull 6 legendaries to get the 15 fragments. All the rest are, you know, there's one training. There's only one training tournament, so keep that in mind. There's a training event and then a training tournament. There's one of each dungeon. Spider's not the last, so they put these in a weird order. So it goes Dragon, Ice Golem, Spider, Fire Knight, but they put Fire Knight here for some reason. So Fire Knight's the final one, and then the Classic Arena, there's 2 of them. So the tournament-wise, they're not too bad. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So there's 60 fragments in the tournaments, and there's 40 down here. 70, 80, 90, 100. So if you can do all of this, there's 115 fragments total to earn. These 20 extra, this is the first time they've done this in a long time, that they've overcapped the number of fragments that are available. 130 fragments total. Every fusion they do, there's a different fragment cap. Like some of the, like Titus Black Plume, there was only, if I remember right, there was only 125. And 25 they put as a reward for winning. For the epics that fuse them. There was an event, there was an extra summoning event for it. For the one before that, for Tholin, they only made, I think, 110 available, or 120, and they buried them into like really deep point caps. So that's what you're gonna have to wait and see, is how heavy of an investment you have to do. But overall, you're gonna need a lot of Sacred Shards to do the Summon Rush, being at 500 points each, because the first, or you're gonna need a lot of Mystery Shards to do it. Like, I couldn't do it with Mystery Shards right now. Yeah, if you did both Titus and Tholin, like, it's really this is a good one to save on, especially if you're not having trouble with Chimera and Hydra. Because we don't know what the September fusion is going to be, right? So it's, you know, so usually the October one is a good Halloween one. He's like a monster or something, but it's usually not bad. So we'll have to wait and see, like, down the road. But that's what I'm going to save for. Like, from now to then, I'm going to save for that. Because by September, by the end of August, I should be down here. Like, I need to just plow through Demon Lord and get down there and start killing the Ultra Nightmare. I have the champions to do it. It's just a matter of, like, building them properly and doing a hard push. Like that. I don't think they're going to finish those 4 stars, but we'll see. Like, as you can see, like, gear-wise, I've got a lot of gear spread to a lot of different champions. Like, Geo's probably one of the better geared champions. It's not even anything crazy. This guy's got decent gear on, but it has to all get pushed to 16. I got to level him up. Yeah, Logi, it's 100% known. There's 4 people that are not going for this fusion. So that's to give you an idea. 4 people that voted, like, they're all saying they're not going for this one. This is a good one to save on, and I did point out to some other people that, like, don't forget this fusion's here, the mod fusion. So you have to fail fusions to get her. And overall as a champion, she's just very, very good, like, across the board. Revives a full revive with 50-50 turn meter and heal. Gets an increased defense if their defense is equal or higher than their attack. If the attack's higher, they get an increased attack. It's on a 4-turn cooldown. Decreases the duration of all debuffs, but it goes up to 100% on a 3-turn cooldown. Attacks all enemies. Increases duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. Heals all allies 20% of her max HP. She places increased attack buff for 1 turn. Or decreased attack buff for 2 turns, sorry. And increased attack buff on all allies with the highest attack. Goes up to 100%. And 70%. Her passive is remove 1 random debuff from all allies at the start of her turn. Place a 15% heal, continuous heal on the ally with the lowest HP at the end of her turn. So overall, her kit is just like always cycling. She's got a very good design. She's from Sacred Order, so let's go to Sacred Order, like, just to show you how people view her. As you can see, I don't have any legendaries from here. Where's mod? There she is. But overall, she's like decent across the board. Especially like the main areas in late game, she's excelling. So all these other areas are like, oh, she's alright for these. Like, I can see why Fire Knight, she doesn't have a multi-attack or anything. Same for Iron Twin. But she's a great support. So if you're, as you were saying before, if you're in need of a support champion, she covers the bases. You have to fail a lot of fusions to get her. Of the fragment fusions. People who are long-term players, I mean, they were a lot better state to get her because they'd already failed a whole bunch of fusions across the board, and they were complaining there's nothing to do with the recycling of the fragments. So every one of these chests, you can get 1 fragment for her. You need to get 100 chests. You need 500 exchange points. So that means you have to either pass or fail 5 legendary fusions. And that's just to get your first 100. And out of the first 100, you're probably like 50 to 60% going to get fragments for her. Because all this other stuff's it's all weighted. Usually when I do a 10 pull, I'll get 2 to 3 fragments for her. Once or twice I've gotten a lot. Like I got 8 fragments the one time, and I got, I think, 7 or 9 fragments this one other time. The rest are like 2 to 3, 2 to 3, 2 to 3. I just had a lot of epic and legendary fusions I just didn't finish. Or I ended up only having 90 or 95 fragments for. Couldn't finish them, and they didn't sell them. It's always a coin toss if they're going to sell the fragments or not. So back when I would have given the money for it on my main, they probably weren't selling them. Didn't offer them to me in time. Got more food there. Okay. And yeah, think of it, say you get like 60, right? That's 60 divided by 5, that's going to be 12 pulls for her. So out of those 12 pulls, you might get another, like, you know, anywhere from 5 to 6 fragments for her. Maybe you get lucky and you get 10. Because if you get each fragment roll you get for her rolls 1 to 3. So if you got really lucky, you can get 9, getting 3 fragments out of the 10. Some people have done screenshots where they got like 12 to 15 fragments for her in like one pull. So. Monkey Heart Hydra poses a huge gap. The Hydra, the higher you go, it's speed and speed, accuracy, resistance. So your speed, accuracy, resistance on most of your champions has to match or be higher than the Hydra. And then you have to make sure whoever's buffing and debuff stripping your champions is like your supports need to be fastest. I don't know your Hydra team, but I'm just saying that's usually the case. Okay. Who's fodder? I just want to get the levels into these guys before I eat them. A Coffin Smasher we're keeping, but that's all built, and then we go here. Okay. And then our first 6-star. Okay. Well, it's a good team. Like Duchess, Cardiel, Mithrala, Ninja, Wukong, Physics. The only thing that that team will hurt from is that Duchess is the only reviver. So if I know Wukong revives himself, but if Ninja or Duchess get eaten, or Cardiel, the team is shot. So having a provoker who's like, you can kind of try to, down the road as you're getting more champions, you can kind of try to combine those roles. Freeing champions once eaten. Once I switch Vizix to Nude, I have a problem. Yeah, because, well, Vizix keeps the one head provoked, which is huge, because that's the one that spreads, if I remember right, he's the head on the left end is the one that spreads debuffs, or it's the one that steals buffs. It spreads buffs or steals buffs. It also does the life barrier, and that's what you're trying to stop, is the life barrier going out. Because that shield going out is what screws the whole Hydra run. It's a very good team, but I'm just saying you've got, honestly, out of all the champs you've gotten there, finding a way to replace Wukong with, because like he's the one that's stealing buffs from them, and Ninja's doing a burn in AoE, so either swapping out Ninja or swapping out Wukong with a damage dealer that decreases duration, or trying to think, because like overall they're very good, they fill certain roles, so they are hard to replace, but your juggling act is combining two of the roles you've got there. Like Cardiel has a revive on death and he heals and he removes debuffs, but Duchess is also removing debuffs, or sorry, not removing, but she's blocking and she's putting Veil on. But Mithrala is also removing debuffs, and she's a damage dealer with the poisons, though her poisons are doing only so much damage. Mithrala does more damage on the higher tier Hydras, because they have more health, so her poisons are going to do more. Same with Ninja's burn. Like his nukes are probably doing more damage, unless you got Smite on Ninja. Nude is very good for Hydra. Again, I can see why you're having problems, because you're taking out Vizix, who's provoking for you. And she's also putting a shield buff on your team, so it's just taking her out. Like, I would keep her over Newt for sure. I would maybe mess with rotations where you're putting Newt in for Wukong, or putting him in for Ninja, and seeing if your damage changes. Alright, Narog or Nishak? What does she do again? Two random buffs from the target. Skill deals more damage equal to the value of the target's current meter. She ignores a lot, so she's. So I think Narog is who's getting. Then I'll do Narog, Nishak, and then her. Force. So then Nishak. And I can get this now. How are we doing? Now we aren't going to ascend him because we have to do that as a mission for the Arbiter missions. That's why I've gotten, I think I've right now, what, 3? I have 2 or 3 champions not ascended for that. 1, and then they're not ascended. He can be 5-star, that's fine. Well, at least let me put amulet on him. Which I don't have any. He's almost done there. Now we can go in here. Put Narog's Masteries on. Just trying to see which. So I'm just trying to see which masters I want to put on them. Okay. No one has seemed to build him after he got buffed. Everyone's got him from the when he was a damage dealer, like 3 to 5 years ago. This year. Yeah. So Ash didn't like this buff. That's fair. And he also does nothing about the masteries on him. Let's take that out and just see. So I'm just seeing, like, because no one's apparently built this champion. And I want to build him as a defender, not as a damage. Which most people seem to go for damage on him. Because they're doing Hydra teams with him. Like, once you have Empress, apparently Narog, this current version of Narog becomes very good. And Narog is part of an Amius solo team from 2 months ago. It's Amius with, I have both these champions, so I mean, Lauren and Mistress. I just want to see how he built them. There we go, thank you. Increase shield, damage reduction. Okay. Health. Curious which one of these would be better. I'll leave it for now. Got him healing, but I will re-gear him once I can. I still don't have any gear for... Yeah, Ambrose is really good. I'm nowhere near getting him on this one. But it's something to look forward to down the road. Hopefully maybe he gets a Christmas present on this account. Because I'm only just starting to do Chimera. When's my next key? 4 hours? Can't look at him from here. We're in 3rd right now. Empress, I'm 3 shards away from getting him, so I get him on the next Chimera rotation as long as I get shards. So I should have him by next week. The problem is I'd be pulling him on a non-clan versus clan. I'm gonna probably save him for a CVC personal reward, so that's a month from now, since this one is the personal reward. I'd have to wait till the August end of month 1 for the personal reward. He's just worth too many points. The funny part is I have, like, I think 6 or 7 mythical tomes already just saved up on my main, because once I upgraded Lady Mikage's first form, and I only have, or who's the other one? My other, the bug mythical. I did his first form. So once they, like, because he doesn't need that many books, so like once they were done, I've just been like 6-7 months now just saving the mythical tomes I get, and I haven't pulled. I'm almost at mercy to pull another one, and knowing my luck, I'll get a mythical I already have. Well, like, just think of the points you get for CVC for pulling him plus for booking him is gonna put me at like 100,000 or 150,000 just from that. I'm excited to use him though. I think I need to get a stalwart set for Narog. Oh man, congratulations. I hope you get something good. So Narog, he's a weird champion because he's actually, his old form, like how he used to be made, he was built to do damage. His passive mitigates damage to your allies. So if your allies have buffs on them, they get a 15% damage reduction from all damage. If they have 0 buffs on them, they get a 25% damage reduction across all damage. So his A2 puts a increased defense and block buffs on, and his A1 has a chance to put a leech on, if I remember right. I can read his skills in a sec. I'm pretty sure he's who's putting the leech on out of this team though. Leech helps your champion stay alive, and it allows you to stop using lifesteal sets. So that would, for instance, he would, if he's the one putting the leech out, it opens the door for me to put all damage on Tholin, and I can get rid of his lifesteal set as long as Narog can stay alive, which he is staying alive the longest, but he's not in good enough gear to, you know, take these hits from Viper. He's not dishing out the greatest damage. But he's also not Stick Star Ascended. He's missing an amulet. He's missing his other things as well. So this one, we just got this chest here. It's only... I don't even think we hit that. Or here we go, 2, 1. So I just barely got the minimum chest here. And then here I got the minimum chest, no problem. So I got this one here. But for multiplayers, like, I'm not getting the extra chest from Chimera. He's great for Hydra if you've got the right champions to support him. Right now he's just in a regen set, but I need to re-gear him. So here, block active skills. Once he's booked, it's a 100% chance. Decreases duration of all buffs on the target he hits. Block buffs and decrease defense. Any attacks all enemies on the A2. It's based on his defense. So you build him really tanky. And he's immune to... he's like a boss. He's immune to a lot of the debuffs. And Petrification 2 is a big one. And he decreases damage by all allies that are under 1 or more buffs by 15, like I said. And then 25% if they're not under any active debuffs or any active buffs. But he's not very liked. But why I needed him is I need another support doing that. It helps out Tagoar. And once Nishak's in the rotation, them together, they get a lot done. And they'll also push Faction Wars pretty hard. He's got this on right now. So the more damage he takes, the higher his defense goes. But we still need to get like a higher... He's only at 2,700 defense. 2,800. His HP and defense I need to push, same with his speed and his resistance. So overall, the current things he's wearing aren't great. I don't have enough of Stalwart, but Stalwart is the set I would want to put on him. This one here. And I've only got like 3 pieces I could really put on him right now. I'd put Stalwart in this piece on him, or I'd put on this. This can be good on him, but it's all about speed and accuracy, and he's removing things. He's not putting negative things on besides the leech. There's this one too. This one's not bad either, but it's 4-piece, so that's part of the problem with it. Yeah, like I've been mass selling my gear, so anything that wasn't like 100% necessary, I didn't keep. But Stalwart is right here. Now, in saying that, I don't have any of it, but the Battle Pass set, this one here, would be good to put on him. Because it drops his, if you get 6 pieces, it's negative 45% from AoE, which is Clan Boss and outside of Clan Boss stun, it's Chimera, Clan Boss, and all the Clan Bosses. Hydra. The AoE hits. But all his stats are just too low for him to be functioning the way I want him to work. So right now I think Dragon ends first. Yeah, Dragon will end in a day, so I've got to push to here tonight. Just gonna leave that running all night, and then that'll push the Dungeon Diver. The training we got it till Sunday, so or Friday, sorry. So we got more time with it to finish it up. That was just doing 1 6-star and it's already done, so just giving you like the idea that as long as you're starting from 2 stars, doing 62 stars, 3 stars to 4 stars to 5, getting you, and I already had 2 of the 5 stars done. Keep that in mind too. You'll no problem finish the training. Here. But yeah, right now for shards, I'm at 119 out of 220 for ancients, 26 out of 220 for voids, 17 out of 220 for primals, and 12 out of 12 for Sacred. So I'm just starting to go into my Sacred Mercy on this account here. My problem is the only way for me to get Sacred Shards is to further push Clan Boss past Brutal into Nightmare. I can 4-key Nightmare, but 4-key is a problem, and I'm just not in a clan right now that can do Nightmare constantly, so I probably gotta go into a different clan. I'll do that after the CVC probably. But Nishak is also like huge for other areas of the game for me to push him. The Lemon Issue, she does a lot too. Like, and the big thing is she's going to be bringing a 5-star smite, so that could be the pushing factor of me doing her before Nishak. Hi Yarpy. But I've been going for about 2.5 hours, guys. I'm gonna let that run in the background. I'm gonna, where's the energy? I was gonna put that energy on. Just gonna wait that out to get the pass reward. This Forge Pass is the Forge Pass. If you were ever gonna buy one, this is the one to buy. I suggest still just doing a free to play. You'll still get legendary materials at the end here. You can make a small amount of legendary chant artifacts through here. You can make 10 times that if you buy the gold pass. So it's $27 Canadian, it's 20 US. But again, that's up to you. I don't suggest spending on the game. You can do this entire game free to play. And thanks for watching, guys. This was a short one, only 2.5 hours, but I'll see you on the next one. I'm appreciating any likes to the video. It helps the channel grow, and subscribe if you like to see more count progression. And I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you tomorrow night. And have a great rest